Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here, and today we're talking about some changes to a lot of Tier 10 ships that are coming with they don't say specifically on here when it's coming, but I'm going to assume this is with 9.0, which will be coming up probably early February, if I had to guess. But anyway, so let's look at some of these changes. German cruiser Hindenburg, Tier 10, and again, this is straight off of the Warships Development blog Facebook page. The main battery reload time was lowered from 10.5 seconds to 9.8 seconds. The new lowered reload time will increase the cruiser's overall combat efficiency. That's for sure. Sure, that's a pretty welcome change with the current meta of throwing as much crap as you can at the enemy as fast as you can. That's going to bring Hindi into that realm. Although Hindenburg was actually my first Tier 10 cruiser that I legitly grind to. And I felt it was pretty comfortable. I used it in clan battles for a long time. Granted, it has been some time since I played Hindenburg, and I thought it was just fine the way it was. But okay, sure, that's a buff for Hindi. All right, American battleship Montana Tier 10. The restoration of hit points by repair party consumable was increased from 0.5% to 0.66% of maximum hit points per second. Montana's repair party was the same as other USA battleships. Yeah, I was wondering why they never buffed Montana's heal when they buffed literally everything else in the American battleship line. God, and that has to be almost a year ago that they did that. So yeah, that's great. Montana really needed that. She's kind of one of the just okay-ish Tier 10 battleships. In my opinion, probably the most okay-ish. And when I say okay-ish, I mean that, like, she doesn't have any, like, huge, overwhelming thing about her. It's very American. Jack of all trades, master of none. She's great at long range. She's better at mid range. She's okay at close range, if you know how to angle and maneuver and all that. Well, her specifically. Used to have the best AA. Now she has good AA. And again, wasn't really that tough. Wasn't really that squishy. But yes, that was a welcome need, especially with all the HE flying around. Now here we get to the meat and potatoes of this update. Soviet battleship Kremlin Tier 10. Oh, she's getting a nerf. Wait till you hear what it is. AA gun's amount of hit points is halved. What? Beside good armor and a huge number of hit points, Kremlin has very effective AA guns, which are hard to be destroyed. That's true. This makes the battleship well protected from planes for the whole duration of the battle. The change will make it easier for aircraft carriers to attack the battleship closer to the middle of the battle when some of the AA guns were already destroyed. Huh? That's the nerf? The AA guns? And this will do nothing to decrease the effectiveness of the AA guns. I mean, sure, when it's going to make them easier to destroy, but this is what they nerf? This is they saw the Kremlin. No, we don't want to nerf its humongous amount of hit points. No, we don't want to change its armor. No, we don't want to change its guns. No, we don't want to change the rotation time of its turrets. Literally, even though the turrets are literally rotating, I think it's like a cruiser's worth of weight in like 30 seconds from one side of the ship to the other side of the ship. No, we don't want to nerf its pins. No, we don't want to nerf its accuracy, even though at max range it's still rather quite accurate and not the shotgun that it should be. We want to nerf the AA, and not even the overall effectiveness of the AA, just the health of the modules. What? The AA isn't the problem on the Kremlin. I never thought that, at least. I mean, it doesn't have a fighter plane. So I always thought, oh, okay, they gave it high AA because it doesn't have a fighter plane. Because when you have the fighter plane launched on any of the other Tier 10s that have it, they just shred planes. And they're very good at it. So I always thought that was just a way of them compensating it for not having that. I mean, is this going to change anything with the Kremlin? No. The Kremlin needs a reload nerf, a pin nerf on its AP, a nerf of its turret rotation. Maybe the armor needs to be reworked a little bit, but the AA? No. And then, this update gets better. Okay, so the Bazooka's getting a couple of buffs. The turret angles are being decreased. The first turret gets 10 degrees more fire, 10 degrees better of an angle. The second turret 1 degree. Fourth turret 14 degrees. Torpedo tubes angles were increased. The 8 degrees toward bow, 2 degrees toward aft. Okay, so that helps out the Pacifica there. Mogador, here we go. Mogador, the Tier 9 French destroyer. The detection range was increased from 9 kilometers to 9.5 kilometers by surface. From air, it's 4.3 kilometers to 4.59 now. The torpedo's detection range was increased from 1.4 to 1.8. The Kleber got a full kilometer added onto its detection range. 9.88 kilometers now from 8.88. By planes 4.83 to 5.38. What? You did nothing to the Kremlin, but now the Mogador has I'm sorry, the Kleber has the detection range of almost a cruiser. The Mogador has like a kilometer less detection than the Stalingrad. The Stalingrad, the ship that's the size of a Scharnhorst, actually bigger than a Scharnhorst, with 11.2, 11.3, something like that. The Kleber now is within a kilometer and a half of that almost. Are you serious? I know the Kleber is powerful, but did it really warrant this? I mean, maybe half a kilometer would have been a good place to start, not a whole kilometer. Oh, and torpedoes range detection range was increased from 1.4 to 1.8 kilometers. Okay, and then the final just punch in the face for the Frenchies at the end. The Henry. It got a nerf to its acceleration. It's going to speed up and slow down slower now. So it's going to take longer to speed up and longer to slow down. Why? I don't know. I love this quotation mark, this quotation at the bottom. Due to engine boost and high base speed, Henry was able to dodge incoming fire quickly and changing speed. That's the point of the ship. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's a kiter that's supposed to be very difficult to deal with, that you can pull silly gimmicks like slamming on the brakes and then flooring it. That was the whole purpose of the Henry. That's why I got it, because I wanted to try that out. And now it's going to be slow. It doesn't say how much slower, though. So I'm not sure if that means they're just messing with this idea, or they are. Well, I'm guessing they're planning on implementing it if they put it in the dev blog. But still, what the heck are they smoking? Kremlin gets like nothing changed, nothing major, and then the Kleber and the Mogador get basically slammed in the face with a sledgehammer, and Henry gets its kneecaps busted. Why? Who's been complaining about Henry? I mean, the Kleber and Mogador, I can understand why the changes to them are coming, because, you know, they're some of the newest ships in the game. But the Henry's been in here for years. Just why? I mean, the Hindi buff is welcome, so is the Montana buff. But what the heck is the rest of this? Now, granted, this is all subject to change, and this is just preliminary information. So this does mean this is what they are looking at doing. Now, I'm sure the Kremlin nerf, in quotation marks, that's probably going to go through, because no one gives a crap about that. That's not going to change. That's going to change so little about the Kremlin. It's so well armored that it doesn't matter if the AA gets chewed up. It's going to eat the hits from the planes anyway. And plus, it's got Soviet damage con, so unless you somehow citadel the thing with bombs, which I don't. Yeah, that can happen. I think it could happen at least. It's never happened to me, because planes, carriers just freaking avoid you like the plague anyway. And I mean, they're still going to do that unless, I guess, it's late game and they're really desperate. But yeah, these changes are just what? This has to be like the weirdest set of nerfs and buffs that I've seen. I get none of the buffs are like it doesn't need that. I mean, yeah, Hindi, yeah, that'll help out. I mean, I'm fine with Henry having a sub 10-second reload time. It's not even a full second buff. It's like what, 0.7 seconds, 0.8. Yeah, it's like 0.8 ish, 0.7 ish, whatever. I'm not that good at math, and it's kind of late anyway. But again, just what? It's like they took everything that we've been saying about the Kremlin. It's like, no, it's AA though. The only thing I've heard about Kremlin's AA is people, myself including, saying that, well, you just took away Montana's one thing it was the best at, because Montana used to have the best AA in the game before Kremlin came along, and now it's gone. It's poof. And they're not changing this by changing the number of mounts or changing the efficiency of these mounts, just by changing the health. Who the heck builds an AA Kremlin? All Kremlins are survivabilities, Kremlins, because that's what it excels at. That's what it's too good at. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. This is a very, very weird nerf in quotation marks. It's not even nerf. It's like they just wanted to do something to where we'd be quiet about the Kremlin, and then the poor Mogador and Kleber just get freaking shovels to the face. Like, I don't know. And don't get me wrong, I am a Battleship main, and you know, I am frustrated by the Kleber and the Mogador, but it's mostly because they're being played well. The players really know how to dance around and use their ship to their advantage, even though it has a massive detection range, which is getting increased even more now. Including their the detection time on their torpedoes, the detection radius. Okay, I can see that, because those torpedoes are quite fast and they do reload very fast, so that I can see. But the detection range, that's already pretty dang high for tier 10 destroyers, and then now it's just getting increased even more. It's silly, and I kind of hope that those get scaled back a little bit, or just don't go through altogether, because that's really is kind of bullshit. I mean, I play at tier 10 all the time, and I'm not being harassed by the Kleber that much. I mean, even if I do, it's just another Cavalrosk, and we've all been dealing with Cavalrosk for years now. So I don't know. Very strange list of buffs and nerfs, but we'll see how these come to fruition, if they even do come to fruition. But anyway, guys, that's my reaction to those and kind of my thoughts on those as well. But thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. We're on our way to 8,000 subs. We're getting there quite fast thanks to you guys. And hope you're having a great weekend. I hope to catch all of you guys in the next one.